Matter of James Thomas versus Laura Shamburger. File number is 252317LT. This is a case of Mr. Thomas has filed in pro per request to terminate the tenancy of Ms. Shamburger. Ms. Shamburger says, I'm not a tenant. I don't live there. I don't have occupancy with you. She says, I'm friends with Mr. Thomas's son, and he allows her to be there as a visitor. Ms. Shamburger has filed a number of documents and some other things. Then goes on to explain some things that have been happening. Mr. Thomas, I'm not sure that you're not trying to pound a square peg into a round hole. If you want to evict your son with her along with him, I think you're okay. To try to evict your son's guest who claims she is not a tenant, I'm not sure how that stands. So, Mr. Thomas, what's your position?
Well, after our last court meeting on the 21st, she come back on the 22nd and says she's visiting, but she never left again until this morning. And then she brings her dog in with her to boot. I know if I got to evict Mike, I'm going to do that, file that today. If this is what it's going to take for me to get this to happen, that's what I'll do.
All right. Ms. Shamburger, what's your position?
I had been visiting. I was actually gone a couple of days because I actually had some business to take care of. I was visiting Mike. It's my boyfriend of 5 years. And I really didn't want to go over there, but he was like, no, the judge said you can come and visit. And this is on Friday. It's your last day. And I won't be coming back no matter what. And that was already determined. I brought the dog because my dog, our dog, it's our dog. He wanted to see our dog. So I took the dog because I don't feel like he's safe there. And like I said, my boyfriend, his son, the tenant, would like to see him. And I said, that's fine. Right now, because Mr. Thomas gave neither of us warning or any type of conversation or any type of just like, hey, this is what's going to happen, and gave us any time, I didn't have time to prepare. And so I'm just kind of stuck right now. I don't have any place to go. I'm going to make it work. Clearly, I'm grown. I'll figure it out. But it just kind of put a damper in everything that we were trying to do. So
who's we?
Me and his son. Like I've been working, but when my car got repoed by my husband, my ex-husband, it just kind of, I had to quit my job because I didn't have transportation to work, and I worked all the way in South Bend. So I've been getting money this whole time. We supported ourselves, and I never asked for anything from him. We stayed out of his way. There was never any discussion about anything. And I'm not even worried about that. He wanted me out. He issued that 30-day, quit. I was out 2 weeks later, 2 weeks before the 30 days was up. Was I going to come back after you told us that, we can still visit? Absolutely, I was going to. His son the other day said, I had plans to go someplace else. He said, no, Friday is the court date. Just, after that, you're done. I want to spend time with you. And I don't have a place for him to come to me. So I was like, okay, we don't go downstairs. We don't converse. We keep to ourselves. Well,
are you all in the same house?
Yes, but we dwelled upstairs. We never went downstairs unless we needed to use the bathroom or the kitchen. And lately we weren't even using the kitchen. We were just bringing our food upstairs. So it wasn't like the upstairs was really not a really common space because we never went into his space, we just basically, it was just a shared bathroom and kitchen. Like I said, I never intruded, never anything like that. We kept to ourselves and whatnot. But from the last court hearing, it stressed me out so bad. I mean, I was dealing with a lot of other things outside of this, but this really put a damper. I mean, not having a place to go and, and I'm in and out of friends' houses and everything else. And I'm like, good Lord, like who can do this? I don't have family here. I'm not from here. So my resources are very thin. And, so I told Mike this morning, his son, I said, well, I'm not going to be back. So you're going to have to get, find all, do whatever. And he's like, well, where am I supposed to see you? I was like, I have no idea. I don't have a car. So I don't know. And that's nor here or there or whatnot. But, he was just very, he came, I'm hoping you got the evidence to
I
put in
did.
or whatever. Okay. That
Thanks
was
for
not,
letting me say, thanks for letting me speak. You haven't stopped to take a breath in about 11 minutes.
I just feel like I haven't been able to tell you the story. He's told your story, which is so simple because there was no story. The story changed. He told us, my boyfriend, his son has evidence that he's kicking us out because he's moving somebody in, which I don't care. But, he didn't have to do it. He doesn't have to evict me. I was out. I have not lived there. I've
All
been
right, let me
staying.
stop. I don't believe you are out. You
I
just
am.
said you have nowhere to stop. Don't interrupt me. I'll let you go for it. Stop.
No, I
Stop.
do have places to stay, but it's just not permanent.
Stop.
Okay. I do have places to be, just not places
okay.
I'd like to be.
You don't have a lease. This is his house.
Absolutely.
You're living upstairs in his house, sharing his bathroom, sharing his kitchen, and you're not paying any rent. You've got a lot of turmoil in your own life. Your car got repossessed and there are other issues. But he has no lawful obligation to provide a place for you to live.
Absolutely
so
not.
He wants you to move.
And I did.
All right.
I did. I have a place to
right.
stay, but it's not permanent. That's maybe I should have reworded that. So, and it's just not a safe environment. That's all I'm saying.
So this is a peculiar way it's being done, but you're a tenant at his house.
No,
And
I have nothing there.
all right, very good.
And that was out. That was weeks before the notice of quit. I mean, before the 30 days. So,
all right.
and the only reason why I stayed the night was because my boyfriend wanted me to. And I fought that, but I was like, okay.
This is the same house. I misunderstood. I thought it was two different houses.
No.
So Mr. Thomas does not have to allow you to live in his house.
Absolutely.
So you have to get everything out and vacate by December 15th. Or you can have the sheriff come and put your stuff out.
That's fine, but he would do it anyway. So
I'm not sure I got that.
He threw it all away. The rest of the stuff that I was told I can keep on my boyfriend's side until I could find a storage unit big enough, because my storage unit wasn't big enough, to store there. Well, he threw it all away. I have pictures.
All right, and those are the pictures you sent me. Yes. I didn't order any sort of money damages. You can sue him in small claims court for up to $7,000 if you contend that he destroyed your property. I didn't make any finding regarding money damages, but he doesn't have to let you live in his house. If he threw your stuff away, you could sue him for the value of the property that he threw away. And you can do that here in small claims court.
Yes.
Up to $7,000, or you can sue him up for $25,000 in the regular division of the court.
I'm just, okay, that's fine. I know all that. And I'm not living there, and I don't wish to live there. He has bullied, and he didn't have to do it that way. That's all I'm saying, because there was no ill feeling on my part. There was never any malicious actions on my part or on anybody's part. And, I did what I was told. I did it in a hasty situation. And, and I was just visiting my boyfriend of 5 years.
All right, well, as of this time, you can no longer visit your boyfriend at his house.
That's fine. I wasn't planning on it. And he can deal with him on another.
All right, you've got till December 15th. Now, Mr. Thomas, I haven't made any sort of finding about you throwing all her stuff away. She submitted a number of photographs and documents regarding that. If that is a situation, we'll take care of it in a different hearing. This is not a good situation, but as I said, there's no lease. She's not paying any rent. It's your house. You're sharing the bathroom and the kitchen, and you don't have to let her live in your house. So I've granted your order. She's got to vacate by December 15th. And if you don't want her to come back in, you have the right to not let her come back in. Your boyfriend, his son, he's got to figure out which team he's on. But you've got till December 15th to get out, or he can have the sheriff put you out. And if you come back in, you'd be a trespasser. If you want to sue him for money damages, that's fine. We'll have a separate hearing.
All I'm
So
asking
good luck
for
to
is the
you.
eviction.
All right,
Mr.
Mr. Thomas, if you go out to the counter and get a copy of that order, you can take one with you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Cindy Brewster is present. She's at the courthouse and they put her in the conference room. This matter was filed as a termination of tenancy as a health hazard circumstance. The plaintiffs contend that this house is in deplorable condition, health hazard, failure to obtain house and yard, failure to communicate with the landlord. Defendant has lived there for some time. Takes a while to get this much accumulation. The plaintiffs filed a notice to terminate tenancy on the defendant on September 2nd. The matter was set for last Friday.
No, Monday.
November 21st, 2 weeks ago. And the following Friday was Thanksgiving. Miss Brewster didn't show up. She had submitted a letter on November 18th from her doctor saying that she was going to be having anesthesia and he didn't want her to come to court. Well, I didn't grant an adjournment and she didn't show up. So we had a hearing on the 21st and the Richmonds indicated this is a hoarder house, which is in deplorable condition. The yard is in horrible condition. The house is in horrible condition. And they wish to get the defendant to vacate so they can take the house back and bring it into code compliance. Miss Brewster, what's your position?
I've been there 26 years. Yeah, it takes a lot to accumulate. The yard's fine now. I had somebody clean up the yard for me. And I'm working on the inside of the house. I have 3 or 4 rooms done and only 2 more to go. I've gotten rid of everything almost.
We can't get in, Your Honor.
You indicated lack of, she won't let you in to inspect the premises.
Right. And I went over there with a crew and we cleaned the yard up. We had an 8-yard dump trailer and cleaned the yard up and mowed the lawn. There were 4-foot high trees in the yard. They're growing up, there were trees growing up against the house out in the center of the yard. It was a mess.
You took an 8-yard dumpster or 8 dumpsters?
8-yard dump trailer out of the yard with
Okay.
leaves and brush and everything else. It's just craziness. And we'd send them letters. You know, we tried working with her all we could. It just.
So she didn't clean up the yard, you did, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Lydia hauled a pickup truck load of cardboard out of the basement. And that's definitely fire hazard.
I cleaned some of the yard, but I didn't clean all of it. Larry did most of it.
Yeah.
And I only received one or 2 letters about coming into the house.
Mr. Richmond, is the city on you for zoning enforcement?
Couldn't hear it.
Sorry, we couldn't hear you, Judge.
Is the city on you for zoning enforcement in this house?
They have been before, so we're just trying to be proactive. And plus, it's a fire hazard. When you got the basement's got a full of 1-gallon plastic containers. If there's a fire or something, a fireman can't even get in there, and their furnace wasn't working. The fact that Lydia hauled a pickup truckload of cardboard out of there shows that it was all starting over again with even more fire material, fire hazard material. It's just craziness. There's no reason that you have to hoard all this stuff, and it's of no value but to recycle.
The basement's all clean now.
But you,
All right, Miss Brewster, who else lives there? Anyone else or just you?
Now it's just me. It was my son, but he don't live there anymore now.
He was there this morning.
My son was.
So was Joe.
He came by to visit, and Joe came over to help me because I'm disabled and I'm on oxygen and I can't do a whole lot.
What up there?
All right, Miss Brewster, why didn't you come last week? Because what your doctor told you?
Because I was out of it because of the anesthesia. All I did was sleep that day.
All right, I don't want to put you guys in a position, Mr. and Mrs. Richmond, where legal aid or other counsel is going to come back and say we didn't do this right. She did send us a letter on the 18th by her doctor indicating she was going to be under anesthesia and did not recommend that she come on the 21st. I didn't grant the adjournment. I wanted to at least try to speak to her that day. But if I grant the writ now, I may have an issue. So I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to advise you of your rights, and I'm going to set this for a second hearing. You have the right to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court must give you information about legal aid, which we already did. Legal aid is not here. You have a right to have the case heard in the county or district where the property is located, which is here in St. Joseph County. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell the court at the first appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days of the court explaining that right to you. You can use the jury demand form and file it with the court. Pay the $50 jury demand fee and make your demand within 5 days, unless the judge waives the $50 fee for your inability to pay it. This is what's called a termination of tenancy. They finally got to the end of their rope and they want you to move out. They want to take this property and clean it probably from top to bottom and re-rent it. They gave you a notice to quit back in early September. We're now in December. They have come and done a number of cleanup matters. Not you. I don't know what the inside of the house looks like, but Mr. Richmond contends you won't let him in the house to see what it looks like. We can refer the matter for mediation. That's not likely, or the parties could seek a conditional order of dismissal, and that's not likely. Ms. Brewster, I believe they're going to get the relief that they're requesting and have you move out of this house. Have you made any provision to find another place to move to?
Your Honor.
Yes.
If she cleans the place up and she lets us come in like every quarter and walk through it without stalling and doing what she did to us this time, you know, I don't want to throw anybody out. I mean, she's been around forever, but the situation is she's getting bad counsel from somebody, and they're hoarding all this stuff that they should just be thrown out in the trash, and they're not recycling it because it just builds up, and it's a fire hazard. And I'm actually looking out for her daughter, her son, and her granddaughter. I mean, it's a fire hazard, you know.
All right, I'm going to adjourn this, and I'm going to demand or direct that you allow them to come in and do an inspection of the premises. Your testimony is you've cleaned 4 of the 7 rooms up. That's a start. I'm not sure whether I accept that or not, but we'll find out. Today is the 12th.
Tell her that Lydia will be over there on Monday, and if she's got things straightened out, we'll continue. We'll work.
I'm going to continue this to December 19th.
Okay.
2025 at 11:15. The Richmonds have been your landlord for 26 years. They can agree to continue to be your landlord, but they don't want this house to burn down. They don't really want to put you out the week before Christmas. So you got another week to try to get this house cleaned up. And between now And no later than next Tuesday. You need to let them come in for Monday is when Lydia will be there.
That'll be fine.
There'll
Tuesday's
be an
fine.
inspection of the house on Monday. We'll continue the matter until next Friday and see what the circumstance is. They could allow you to stay there.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Is anyone helping you clean it up?
I'm trying to get people to help me clean up, but it's
Well, I
hard.
think your son helped junk it up. He needs to get in there and help clean it up.
Yeah, he's the only one helping him right about now.
All right.
But
What's your son's name?
Corey Brewster.
Okay. Let's see what you can get done. All right,
Okay.
we'll address this next Friday at 11:15 a.m.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Brewster.
thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Mr. Rich, thank you. Phoenix 401k Trust versus Christy Keene and any other occupants. File number is 252209 SP. Mr. Brian Weiss is here on behalf of the plaintiffs. Christy Keene is also present. At our last session on November 21st, we determined that rent, I think through November, was $5,937.39 plus $111.72 in cost for a total of $6,049.11. But I think that's only through November. Mr. Weiss, what's the current status?
Your Honor, this is a land contract forfeiture, so the amounts you just stated.
Oh, yeah, I've got the land contract forfeiture in front of me. Yes, it's not a non-payment of rent, it's a land contract.
Yes, that is correct. And those numbers you just stated are accurate. When we were here last time, Ms. Keene indicated that it was her intention to pay off the land contract and was going to contact my client to get that payoff amount, which is somewhere in the neighborhood of $9,000. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I'm not sure why, but at this point, we would ask to just go forward with the land contract forfeiture judgment, which would provide Ms. Keene with the 6-month redemption period to get things caught up or pay off the remaining balance of the land contract.
Ms. Keene, what's your position? Your phone's on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Last time we had spoke, I was planning on having the money by the 25th, have it paid off, and then hopefully we wouldn't have this today. So what had happened is the money that I was coming into was through a loan per se. Well, we had a standoff here at the house, and there was some damage that was done to the house. So they denied the loan until I had it fixed up. I got it fixed up, and the inspector is supposed to be back out here today for the appraisal thing to make sure that it's all fixed. And then I should be good to go.
Well, the way this order is going to play out, you have 180 days or 6 months to redeem this. So the sooner you do it, the sooner you can just get this over with. But I find after hearing that right now there is an arrears $5,937.39, $111.72 in cost for a total of $6,049.11. Now that will change as taxes are occurred and accrued, and each month passes. But you've got more than 50% of this contract price paid. I believe it's your intention to actually redeem this and keep the property. It's certainly in your interest to do that.
Yes, sir.
All right, I've signed the order. Kind of loopy here at the end of the day. This is not a non-payment of rent case. It's a land contract case.
Sir, when I get that paid off, so say when that goes through here in like say next week or so and I pay it off, do I contact you folks after that or?
No, you don't need to do anything.
Okay.
If you've redeemed the land contract, get a deed to the property, there will certainly be no action to foreclose
Okay.
at the end of 6 months. So I hope
Thank you,
this
sir.
all works out and you own your home and they get their money and everybody has a happy Christmas, including Mr. Weiss.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
All right. All right. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay. You know how to contact your principal. You stay in contact. You pay this off. Everybody's good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The title of this case is Robin Haithcox II versus Marquita Shelton and Taya Pashby. Mr. Haithcox wants you and Miss Pashby to move. Where is Taya?
She is upstairs, I believe.
She don't wish to come to this?
I'm about to head up to her room. I just
Okay.
got in from work. I've been doing training.
Okay.
One second. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Good afternoon, Mr. McNally.
How are you, Judge? Good to see you.
I was so disappointed. It said Cordell Jones and then the
I
screen
know.
came on and all I saw was you.
Right. Sorry.
So,
Sorry for your bad
we'll
luck.
just-
You got the B team today.
Okay, I'm ready, Mr. Middleton.
All right. Is Taya there also?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ladies, your landlord wants you to move. And as a
Yes.
tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, you have certain rights. You have the right to hire a lawyer. If you cannot pay for one, the court would give you information about getting assistance from legal aid. And usually our legal aid attorney is here with us. I'm not sure whether she's going to be here today or not. Or you can seek other legal advice. We don't have court-appointed counsel in landlord-tenant cases. You
Yeah.
have the right to have your case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you want a jury trial, you must tell the court at the first appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days of this hearing using the court jury demand form, and be prepared to pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the court waives it for your inability to pay it. You have a right to request, or if both parties are interested, we could schedule the matter for mediation. That's never happened, but at some point it might. Or you may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord with an agreement that would involve maybe moving by a certain date, in which case they could institute what's called a conditional order of dismissal. If that happened, we would get Mr. Dutka to prepare it. Mr. Dutka is here as an attorney representing Mr. Haithcox, and they're both here by Zoom. As I understand it, Mr. Dutka, there is no lease, and Mr. Haithcox wants this property back. Is that correct?
Essentially, that's it, Your Honor. That's true. Lease expired earlier this year.
Ms. Shelton, what's your position?
Yes, we plan on moving out. I did text Robin, Mr. Acox, this morning and let him know, we are moving out. We are trying to get the house packed up. I did need a little bit more time because we were waiting for a place to become available for me. I do have 3 kids, and one of my kids is a smaller kid. And it's the holidays, so I just was wanting to, after the holidays, for us to be all the way moved out.
All
with
right,
all of our things.
I think that's how it's going to end up. The law says you're entitled to have the matter be adjourned at least 1 day, or 7 days, not 1 day, 7 days. So that would take us to next Friday, which would be December 12th. And then 10 days from that would be December 22nd. So as a practical matter, they could not really seek an eviction order until after the first of the year. Would you agree to simply move by January 2nd?
Yes.
Ms. Pashby, you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dutka, is your client willing to agree to that?
Is that agreeable?
That seems like that's the soonest, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be agreeable, Your Honor.
As a practical matter, Mr. Haithcox, we're here. Judge Patterson's gone the 22nd, 23rd, and then I'm gone one day in there. And then there's Christmas and New Year's Eve. As a practical matter, this probably couldn't happen until January 2nd anyway.
That's true.
All right, I'm going to show this as a consent. Now, ladies, in a consent under the court rule, which is 4.201, you have 3 business days to change your mind and let the court know if either you didn't understand the terms of the consent or you felt it was coerced and placed upon you. So you have 3 business days to move to set the consent judgment aside. The judge can set it aside on a satisfactory showing the moving party misunderstood the basis for or the rights were being relinquished. At this point, rather than have a writ of eviction on December 22nd, the parties all agree that they will move on or after January 2nd. That's the first business day of 2026. You do have only 10 days to appeal this, which would be December the 15th. No money judgment is entered at this time.
Okay.
They're not asking you for money, they're asking you to move. Now, this includes you and Miss Pashby and all occupants. Somebody the other day in court told me they were living with you. Is anyone else living there?
My sister and then our kids. Well, me and Taya's kids, but my dad is in the garage he's been asked to move a while ago. So
right.
Doesn't live inside the house.
But this includes him. He would be part of all occupants.
Yeah.
All right.
He will be let him know and be well aware of this right here.
All right. And what's his name again?
Mark Shelton.
Yeah. You've been trying to get him out of there for a long time.
A while ago, yeah.
Well, someone else told me they were living there. So it's just you, Taya.
Nobody else lives here. Nobody else should say that they live here.
Well, everybody needs to be out by January 2nd or Mr. Dutka will prepare a writ of eviction and have the sheriff come put you and your stuff out. You understand?
Okay, there will be a need for that. Yeah, we'll be out.
All right, now let me tell you a couple other things. When you do move, you're supposed to give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving and turn in the keys. Mr. Haithcox, this property's been nothing but a headache for your family. Have you considered just selling it?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, that's up to you guys. Mr. Dutka's done a good job of representing you, but you've had several problem tenancies in here. All right. These ladies both agree they're going to move by January 2nd or be subject to being evicted. I will show this as a consent order. We do not need to appear at any further date. Thank you. Ms. Shelton or Ms. Pashby, do you have any questions?
No, Mr. Middleton.
All right, thank you, ladies. All right, goodbye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, well, it wasn't ideal, but we got it done. All right, they agree to move by January 2nd. So good luck, Mr. Haithcox.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Bagley, is this property located in St. Joseph County?
Yes, Your Honor. We pay taxes to Fabius Township, which I believe is going to be St. Joe County.
All right, so it's on the Fabius Township side of the line. Mr. McNally, anything you'd like to add?
No, just this is sort of an odd situation. These folks moved in about 6 months ago without anyone's permission that we are aware of. And
yeah, I was looking at the pleadings. How did they come to be in there?
Well, it was the story, as I understand it, and Mr. Bagley can correct me if I'm wrong, but this was a house that they bought for one of their employees a couple years ago, sold it to him on a land contract. He decided to move away or couldn't handle it, so deeded it back. It was vacant for about a year or something, and then 6 months ago or so, they being Mr. Bagley drove by it and found that there were folks living in there. They talked with them. I guess they were decent with them, and they said, well, we've been trying to get a hold of you. We wanted to buy it or rent it. And they said, well, you can't live here. And then here we are. So,
Well, we see a few of these. It's prominent in California, other states. People just move into
yeah,
an empty house and then you have to pry them out with a crowbar.
right.
Well, what kind of service do we have here? We have attachment service.
Yeah.
So we have to set it for next Friday. Mr. Bagley, I apologize. Is Shane Long a person who's believed to be in it?
Yes, that's correct. I think when they went to post it, they were able to serve him personally, but he's not the only one living there.
Our process server, Mr. Morris, does an excellent job with the service. But we have to continue this to 12. I expect a default at that time. Let's see what we got for time on the calendar. Next week will be in the morning. How about 10 a.m. on Friday, December 12th? Does that work for you, Mr. McNally?
I'm actually going to be out of town, but I need to check Mr. Jones's schedule. If I could just run to his calendar real quick.
Certainly, that'd be fine.
Okay. Excuse me, just a second. We're going to say that's going to work. I'll talk to him.
All
If
right.
not, we'll get a hold of you, but I think it'll work.
All right, we're going to continue this for 7 days, which is required if we don't have personal service. Let me look. Do we have a second mailing? I don't think we do. So we will continue this for 7 days to December 12th at 10. At that point, Mr. Bagley, we would issue an order that says they have 10 days to be out or subject to being evicted. Same thing. It's probably going to take till the first of the year before we could actually get a writ. But we'll address this further next Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Terrific.
All right, Mr. McNally, nice to see you.
Nice to see you
And,
too. Happy holidays.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we'll be in recess on this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good holiday.
All right, thank you. Entitled Terry and Larry Richmond versus Diane Person and all others. This is a house on 4th Street. I think this person's been there for a while. We were here last week on the 21st. We continued the matter. No, wait a minute. This is Miss Person or Miss Shepherd?
No, Miss Person.
All right, we'll jump ahead to that one.
Yeah.
We determined that rent was 2010, 24 if we included costs. What's the current status?
It's the same. $2,110.10.
Miss Person, do you have a plan on to get caught up with this?
Do you have a plan?
Yes.
What is it?
She's trying to get help from Neighborhood Inc. And they are trying to help her with some churches that might help her out.
Somebody told me yesterday, I don't know how accurate this is, I was gonna call, that they'd let all the staff at Neighborhood Inc. go and start it over again. And they've reopened a Neighborhood Inc. office here in Centerville. Miss Person, are you dealing with somebody in Centerville?
Yeah, Carolyn.
Carolyn McNary?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so, Carolyn McNary's there now?
Uh-huh.
Well, she'll do a good job.
Yep, she will.
Well, I tend to call over there and find out what's going on, but I'm gonna find that after a hearing through December, Rent is $1,932.77. There's $177.27 in cost for a total of $2,110.24.
Okie dokie.
You have 10 days from today to pay that, or you're subject to being evicted. Today is December 5th, and 10 days from today is December 15th. Miss Richmond knows that she does not have to evict you on December 15th. She has 56 days from today to ask for the writ of eviction. Now, you actually have a judgment against you who has a fixed number. I encourage you to share this with Neighborhood Inc. So what I would propose to do, Miss Richmond, is have Elaine email a copy of this judgment over to you right now, so you can give it to Miss Pearson and she can have a copy to share with Neighborhood Inc.
Okay.
Elaine, would you come get this one and email it to Miss Richmond's office? And then she can print a copy for Miss Person. Now, if you do move, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address within 4 days of moving. Hopefully it won't come to that. The Richmonds don't have to ask for the writ of eviction. They have 56 days from today to ask for it, and they can't agree to work with you. So I'm going to have my clerk email a copy of this over to you, Miss Richmond. Then you can print it and give a copy to Miss Person, and she'll have a copy to share with Neighborhood Inc. because we've got some time constraints here.
Okie dokie.
All right, you can have that one too. Those two. All right, thank you. Versus Dustin Shepherd. This is a property at 616.5 South Main Street. I think there may be multiple people in that residence. He was personally served. Ms. Richmond, what's the status here?
Through December 11th, he pays his rent weekly. Through December 11th, he owes $1854.92 in rent. $157.13 in court costs, with a total of $2,012.05.
Is he still there?
I guess his car's sitting over there. Lots of traffic. But no money. He hasn't paid me anything since October 1st.
Was he placed under some sort of a program?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't know if he was a Swift Insure guy or something, or he just...
He didn't tell me he was.
All right. Well, he isn't here. He was personally served, and he's subject to... I thought I had a judgment here in front of me.
I usually send him.
Yes, you do. You're very good about it.
Well, after I got yelled at a few times.
I didn't yell. I said, boy, it sure be nice to have a judgment.
Yeah.
So
yes, you did. You were nice. Do you know who's going to run next year?
For what?
Aren't you done next year?
Yes, I'm done. December of next year.
Oh, good.
So far, the only person that has announced is Mr. Timothy George.
I don't think I know him.
He lives in Three Rivers, but he practices in Sturgis.
Oh.
And he's assistant city attorney. He's a fine lawyer. I don't think I have a judgment.
I can get
Elaine?
you one.
All right. I thought I had a judgment here, but I don't see one. So, all right. By default, the rent through December 11th is $1,854.92. Court costs are $157.13 for a total of $2,012.05. The date for the writ is December 15th.
Okay.
And the appeal. Pretty good deal. No rent between October and December.
Yeah, pretty nice. Huh?
Well, this may get his attention.
I don't know.
Ms. Richmond, I apologize. There is a judgment in here. Elaine, I found it.
Oh, yay.
So the most likely thing is the judge lost it. I found it.
Try and stay on my toes.
Yes, I appreciate it. So let me say those numbers again. 1,854.92. 157.13 in cost for a total of $2,012.25.
Yeah, 05.
Due by 12/15. Maybe let's induce them to pay the rent, or maybe it'll induce them to move. No money judgment is entered at this point. The appeal date is also 12/15.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Larry, he said he's doing okay. He didn't realize.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
He didn't.
It's gotta work for a living.
How's the weather out there?
Terrible.
Ladies, this is the esteemed Mr. Tyrone Fleming. He's here on behalf of the landlord in each of your cases. The first one of these is Legacy versus Kamaya George. Ms. George, could you turn your microphone and your camera on?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This property's been known as a number of different things. Waterfront, I think was what it was called. Now it is Legacy LLC. This is a demand for non-payment of rent. Mr. Fleming, what's the current status?
Your Honor, I'm looking at $2,936 through December. Court cost of $1,800.
Having trouble hearing you a little bit.
You know, somebody said that the other day. I wonder if my microphone is just not loud enough and I don't know how to turn it up. I'll pull it closer. $2,936 for rent. Court cost of $183.28 for a total possession amount $3,119.20. And I'm looking at a ledger from I think yesterday or maybe the day before that. So if Ms. George has made any payments since then, I don't have those on the ledger yet.
Ms. George, could you hear him?
Yes.
All right. I had trouble and we'll see. At any rate, do you have a plan to try to get caught up on your rent?
Yes. I also applied for SCR. I just haven't heard anything from them.
Who'd you apply to?
Like I applied on MI Bridges.
Could be DHS.
Yep,
Yeah.
Be DHS, Judge.
For state emergency relief.
And Ms. George, if I may ask, is it just you in the apartment or are there others that live in the apartment with you?
No, it's just me.
Just one person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you caught on the My Bridges website, but that program is going to cap out at $410 for one occupant. If there's two people, it's $520. If there's three people, it's $620 or $630, something like that. But a lot of times people don't catch that. So that program could pay up to $410. So that
in order to cure this, Ms. George, you have to pay the entire arrearage. Mr. Fleming, she has asked for assistance. Do you want me to go out 2 weeks with this?
That would be appropriate.
All right. Ms. George, we're going to do a 2-week continuance rather than 7 days.
Okay.
Which would be December 19th.
May I
Okay.
check that a second, Judge? Let me check that, make sure.
Let's
double
see if-
booking.
If you're here that day,
I am.
you're here
not.
for Legacy at 9:20. So let's set this for 9:15 on December 19th.
9:15, 12:19 at 9:15. Okay.
Now, Miss George, let me tell you some things. In order to make this go away, you have to pay the entire amount. The partial payment will not prevent the writ of eviction. These units are not government subsidized. You're paying market rent, and the rent is pretty significant. Did you lose your job or something?
I put my 2 weeks in at my last job because the hours was not adding up. So I currently am working 2 jobs, but I'm still in kind of training. So I'm not getting as many hours as I was promised.
Well, if you can't pay the rent, you may not be able to stay here. So we're going to adjourn this 2 weeks. I don't know if other agencies like Neighborhood Inc. or Community Action Agency might be able to give you assistance. Of course, on January 1st, another month's rent is going to be due, and then you're going to be more than $4,000 behind on the rent. So one thing you may consider is moving. If you don't think you can continue to pay this $1,100 a month rent, consider what other options are. But for now, we're going to continue this matter for 2 weeks. We're going to come in by Zoom like this, once again on December 19th at 9:15. And you share this information with anybody you're asking for assistance.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Judge, is it possible, Ms. George, can I get a phone number to stay in contact with you, please?
Yes.
I don't want to put that out over the live feed, so let me put you in the breakout room for a minute.
Okay, I'll be very quick, Judge, because I know you got my other one ready for me, so thank you.
Just join the room for a minute and you can exchange contact information with Mr. Fleming. All right, Mr. Fleming has rejoined us. Let's address Edgewater Apartments versus Shamika Sanders. The file number is 252556LT. The plaintiffs at this point are asking to terminate the tenancy in this unit. We've had a number of cases over the years regarding this tenancy. Plaintiffs served a notice to quit on you. I don't have the exact date in October. The matter is set for hearing today. Mr. Fleming, what's the status here?
Your Honor, that was served on September 3rd, giving her until October the 5th to vacate. I have not had any further conversations with Ms. Sanders, but would be willing to go into a breakout room with she and Daniel and have a conversation about what is her plan on this.
All right, let me put you all in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Ms. Sanders, when I see the button that says join, you join and you guys can speak privately outside of my hearing. So you should be able to join right now. There we go. All right, they'll be in the breakout room and I'll be here contemplating my existential place in the world.